Hello, hello, hello. The focus for week 3 is visually communicating hip hop. All the elements of hip hop are visual, even the act of emceeing, which focuses on the rapping or voice, but sends messages about using gesture and body language. Breakdancing or b-boying presents the body in many forms, imagined as something endlessly flexible with innumerable configurations for entertainment value. The unpredictability of these dances makes them more enjoyable to watch. Those participating will incorporate popping, fluid movements of the limbs, and locking, which is snapping arms or legs into held positions to accent the musical rhythm, and use fancy footwork with freezes and down rocking or dances executed close to the ground to beat their competitors in a friendly battle and shock audience members. The fascination connected to the body while dancing connects to prior research on how the Black body is seen in the realm of hip hop culture. Quote, the body is the primary site for transactions of personal style and expressive behavior, acts as a vehicle for implied metaphors around Blackness, writes Professor Miles White. The music is performed through the body, with hands spinning and scratching records and lips speaking while body sway and gesture to those around it. The body is then connected to the music, to the performance, and acts as a visual representation for what hip hop is. What other ways do bodies exist as sites for hip hop meaning and the continued complication of hip hop culture? Although I do not spend, or I will not, sorry, spend a substantial amount of time in this lecture on the subject, tattoos, and especially face tattoos, are a visual marker of identity that takes on additional meaning when connected to masculine and feminine performances of hip hop identities. This is just a subject to consider for future exploration since there has been no substantial research on this specific subject. During this lecture, I will focus on 3 visual aspects of hip hop that are outside of the key elements we previously discussed, but are important nonetheless: fashion, social media, and music videos. In the 2015 documentary Fresh Dressed, director Sasha Jenkins states, when you don't have much ownership over where you can land in society, your financial situation, the one thing you can control is the way you look. When hip hop started, participants in the culture used their attire to be unique, donning interesting jewelry pieces and other idiosyncratic accessories to set themselves apart and provide an image to go with their name and sound. Rapper and hype man Flavor Flav, of Public Enemy fame, is known for wearing clocks around his neck along with large glasses and big hats. The 3 members of Run DMC, which are Joe Simons, Daryl McDaniels, and Jason Mizell, were known for dressing the same during public performances, wearing matching hats, thick rope chains, gold chains, and tracksuits. Hip hop fashion began, there's Run DMC on the left. Hip hop fashion began to be recognizable through certain garments, including baseball caps, loose t-shirts, hooded sweatshirts, multiple chains or rings, jeans, baggy or loose-fitting sweatpants, and an array of colorful brand name sneakers. Many of these pieces were comfortable and affordable for fans to mimic. Certain brands were more popular as well, including Tommy Hilfiger, Polo, Ralph Lauren, and Nike. Many hip hop artists and industry figures capitalized on the fashion trends they observed, including Damon John, a popular African-American businessman who regularly appears on the TV show Shark Tank. He's on the far right in that second picture, and his colleagues who started FUBU in 1992. The brand, whose name stands for us, by us, was not the only Black-owned fashion brand to gain footing in the clothing industry, but another trend became more prevalent. Hip hop artists began patronizing expensive designer brands and collaborating with them in greater numbers beginning in the 1990s. It is understandable that the apparel worn by rappers sells the idea of a particular image, sending signals to audience members about their worth, value, or values, and how they intend to present themselves as an entity and individual within their industry. This is not just true in hip hop, as the popular saying goes, clothing or clothes make the man. It identifies a societal judgment of individuals based on their dress. This saying is also interpreted to mean that individuals can dress in a certain manner with the intention of changing their behavior or affecting their level of performance, hence the saying, dress for success. When Slick Rick mentioned Gucci, Bally, and Polo in his 1985 song, the fashion industry was not giving him credit for the surge in sales due to his lyrics. He aided in making those brands popular with a predominantly Black audience, but he did not mention the brands to work with them, but to be fly, to be seen, and to appear wealthy. Over 35 years later, the power of name dropping is something that shapes the careers of many artists and exists as its own field of study. We'll discuss the business of hip hop entrepreneurship in greater detail later in this class. So many artists utilize their social media accounts to gain fans and perform their identities that they're designing. Since artists exist as produced entities, creative individuals shaped by a team of professionals at a record label, initial ventures into social media like MySpace were managed by record labels rather than by the artists themselves. That is still often the case, since accounts on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube support the development of an artist's fan base. But many performers interact with fans by managing their own social media accounts or by having more control over their social media presence. Many popular social media applications are image and video based, especially Instagram and TikTok. Because these apps have a large number of global users, public figures need to be selective with what they post with that knowledge that their intended audience is everyone. The primary age range of Instagram users is 15 to 35, while TikTok's is 7 years old to 20. Other apps like Facebook have a wider age range for patrons, about 35 to 60. With each of these platforms, there are different expectations for content, but typically artists are posting a performance of their lives that includes only what they deem fit. Despite what they choose to include, their content will be emulated by an audience of millions, with small moments of their lives occurring once, but continuing to exist outside of their initial historical context. Artists often choose to include symbols of wealth, like expensive clothing and accessories, vehicles, large homes, lavish meals, and luxe landscapes of resorts. These images present an idealized reality of a famous existence and perpetuates the distance between celebrity and supporter. Although some artists intentionally include humble images of family and friends and other seemingly normal aspects of regular life, many focus their social media accounts on their work, promoting new releases and teasing music videos. So this was a light reading week with the SARE article, which focuses on hip hop music videos and reads like a research paper rather than a formally scholarly formal scholarly article. This is fine in this context because my intention is for you to focus on your own engagement with hip hop videos and music videos more generally, since similar themes arise in videos for well-known pop, R&B, country, and rock artists. Sarah describes music videos as a process, mentioning the different entities involved, the conception of an idea and its execution, the role of brand placement and advertisement, the platforms where the finished video is shared and enjoyed by fans, and the idea of videos as an extension of performers' beliefs. So let's talk about types of music videos. There are three kinds of music videos: performance, narrative, and concept or experimental. Performance videos show only the artist performing the song. It is the cheapest and easiest type of video to make, providing you can find a suitable location. A large variety of shots need to be used in quick succession to keep the video interesting and viewers, enticed, as it could look boring with only one performance or one angle. These videos do not necessarily have a specific message for the audience and are purely performance-based. So think Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five's video for The Message, released in 1982, and Drake's video for Hotline Bling in 2015. Narrative music videos contain mostly footage that shows a storyline that runs throughout, or sometimes several storylines running parallel to each other. Sometimes with actors and sometimes with the artists themselves, the story will either link to the lyrics of the song or just the overall theme. If a song has been featured in a movie, the music video will often show clips of the film footage cut into the music video. This type of music video is one that tells a story with a beginning, middle, and ending. They can appear to be like a short film, however, without any dialogue. They were very popular in the 1980s and are still used today throughout genres. Audiences can often see a clear relation between the lyrics and the visual throughout the video, but this is not necessary. Think Slick Rick's video for Children's Story, released in 1988, and Young Thug's video for Wyclef Jean, released in 2017, which is interesting. It's an active narrative about the video process itself. Third, the conceptual videos are based around a single concept or idea. This type of video is fairly unusual in hip hop and does not happen often at all. Since the beginning of music videos in the 1980s, videos have dramatically evolved, of course. Many music videos now contain multiple approaches, so it's combination, often combining performance and narrative styles. So think Big Daddy Kane's video for Ain't No Half Steppin', released in 1988, and Tyler, the Creator's video, tongue-tied, for Lemonhead, released in 2021. Hip hop videos often feature depictions of wealth, dancers and models, sexualized images of men and women, scenes in different cities and landscapes, and other items to capture the viewer's attention and promote a certain image for the artist. Many videos also contain none of these things, none of these elements, but still speak to an artist's identity in powerful ways. In the coming weeks, I will spend more time analyzing music videos, talking about them, partly to prepare you all for your own analyses, but also to recognize videos as an artistic extension of the sonic moments within each song. Feel free to view any of the examples I suggested so you can distinguish between the different types of videos. Also take some time to watch some of the clips in the YouTube video, The Evolution of Hip Hop, which I'm gonna put on the Blackboard page. What visual elements do you encounter repeatedly when you're watching? Consider this as you complete this week's CLR. Thanks.